A major shift just appeared on the XRP ledger, and today we're analyzing what it could mean for the market. Hey guys, welcome back to Whiteboard Crypto Update. In today's video, we will talk about XRP. So be sure to stay focused, as you surely don't want to miss out on this. If you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications by hitting the bell so you never miss any of our uploads. Please remember, this is not a financial advice video. XRP's network has shown a sudden and powerful jump in circulation velocity, and this spike is based on real activity, not rumors or speculation. This kind of on-chain movement is often linked to increased utility, higher transaction flow, and large-scale involvement from institutions. The last time XRP reached this level of velocity, its price jumped from around 20 cents to nearly $1.90. Now, once again, we're seeing the same metric push to its highest point in years. Circulation velocity, simply put, measures how frequently XRP is being moved across the ledger. When this value rises, it indicates that users, especially major holders, are actively transferring large amounts of XRP instead of holding it dormant. Recently, velocity surged past 0.324, marking the strongest level of the year. This is a meaningful shift because increases like this usually reflect higher utility and broader participation across the XRP ledger. Several analysts who monitor institutional wallet behavior have highlighted that this surge appears to be driven by large-scale players. These aren't small retail accounts moving a few hundred tokens. These are wallets known for carrying millions or even billions of XRP. When such wallets suddenly start operating in heavy volume, it typically signals strategic repositioning or accumulation cycles. Historically, these phases occur before major market movements, especially when combined with rising engagement from financial institutions. Another factor worth noting is how whales influence both sides of the market. Prices can be suppressed when large holders distribute tokens, but they can also rise quickly when these players begin accumulating. At this moment, the data points towards significant accumulation, which adds an extra layer of importance to the velocity spike. Alongside this on-chain activity, the broader ecosystem surrounding XRP has been shifting dramatically. Some of the world's biggest financial entities, those that previously dismissed digital assets, have begun acknowledging the long-term value of blockchain and utility-driven cryptocurrencies. Within just a week, major traditional finance names that once rejected crypto entirely have publicly reversed their stance. This kind of shift rarely happens unless something much larger is developing behind the scenes. For years, analysts have emphasized that mainstream announcements often come late. By the time a major institution officially supports a digital asset, the early opportunity is usually gone. When large banks and asset managers eventually highlight the advantages of XRP or openly discuss their partnerships involving Ripple's technology, the asset is already deep into its institutional adoption phase. The real signals typically appear quietly through on-chain activity, liquidity adjustments, and strategic wallet movements well before public statements are made. Another important component shaping XRP's future is regulatory clarity. With global frameworks tightening and U.S. legislation inching closer to finalization, XRP stands in a stronger position than during the uncertain years following the initial SEC dispute. Even though some regulatory acts may not pass until the early months of next year, the momentum is clearly heading toward clearer guidelines for compliant digital assets. Once this clarity becomes mainstream news, the landscape could shift rapidly, reducing the early-stage window currently available. Today, XRP has more institutional traction than at any point in its history. Large asset managers have begun positioning themselves, partnerships across banking sectors have matured, and liquidity corridors have expanded. Just a few years ago, especially during events like the FTX collapse, Luna implosion, and widespread fear across the crypto market, many believed digital assets were on the path to extinction. Instead, the opposite occurred. The market rebuilt, matured, and evolved into a more institutionally supported ecosystem. Now, with whale accumulation increasing, circulation velocity reaching multi-year highs, major financial players reconsidering their stance, and regulatory clarity approaching, the ecosystem is aligning for a new phase of growth. XRP's core value has always been tied to utility-fast settlement, cross-border efficiency, and enterprise-level liquidity solutions, and these fundamentals are becoming more relevant as real-world adoption accelerates. For anyone observing today's market, the key message is simple. The most important developments aren't coming from hype or public announcements. They're visible on-chain, in the data, and in the behavior of major participants. Many newcomers to the ecosystem feel they have already missed their chance, but indicators suggest we are still early in the broader adoption cycle. Real utility is finally taking center stage, and the XRP ledger is demonstrating activity levels not seen in years. This latest surge in velocity is a reminder that quiet on-chain shifts often precede the loud headlines. As the market evolves, these moments become increasingly significant. The coming months will likely reveal how these movements translate into XRP's next phase, especially as institutions continue to integrate blockchain solutions and regulatory clarity moves closer to completion. Well, guys, that's all we have for you today. What are your thoughts on XRP? Get involved and let us know in the comments down below. If you guys like this video, then be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Thank you for watching, and we will see you again in the next video. Goodbye.